大丈夫か？コルネオは？
すまねえ、逃がしちまった。
そうか。また探すさ。どうせ他にやることもない。
探すのはコルネオでいいの？
え？
大事な人なんでしょ？
いなくなってから気がつくんだよな。お前はまだ間に合うだろう。
花言葉、どういう意味だったんだろうな。
再会だよ。
え？
花言葉は再会。
あいつを探すのが先だな。ありがとう。
おっと、約束忘れてねえだろうな。
分かってる。あった。地上に出よう。上へ行く方法を教える。
ああ、思いっきり息ができるぜ。
こっちだ。ワイヤーガンだ。打ち出したワイヤーを引っ掛けて上昇することができる。あの壁を越えれば7番街だ。ワイヤーがあれば壁も瓦礫の山も登っていけるはずだ。あくまでも上昇用だ。 一度上がると戻れないと思っておいた方がいい。上に行く前にやりたいことは済ませておくんだな。
ありがとう。
俺たちもな、人を探しに行くんだ。
そうか。会えるといいな。
あんたもな。
行くか。
うん。
準備はいいが、この壁を越えちまうと簡単には戻ってこれねえぞ。もっとスラムのひどい様子を見て回ってよ、神羅に叩きつけてやりてえ気もすんだが、本当にもう行っちまうのか。高えな。
嬉しいか？
おお、
頼もしい限りだ。
エアリス、待ってるよ。
かっこよく乗り込もうぜ。
行くぞ。
よし、星を壊す悪い奴らをぶっ潰す。お姉ちゃんを助けて絶対帰る。
行くぞ。
こりゃいつどこが崩れてくるかわかんねえぞ。
ねえ、お父さんは？大丈夫。大丈夫だから。
神羅の救助はまだか。せんでしたが。
出そう？
くそ、またかよ。
なんでこんなことに？
ここもいつ崩れるか。この先はもっと危険ですよ。
助けたい人がいるの。
後悔しますよ。
俺たちは特別だ。
気をつけてくださいね。
進むぞ。
ここが踏ん張りどころ。
そっちは任せる。
待ってました。ぶち込むね。集中砲火だ。まだ倒れねえ。力だぜ。
怪我はないか、ティファ。
足引っ張っちゃったかな。
どいてもらう。
手早く行くよ。
おう、任しとけ。
バレット、声大きい。あそこを登るんだよね。
ちょっとでも崩れたらヒュードンだな。
今に始まったことじゃない。
安全な道なんてとっくになかったな。行き止まりが
このロープ救助隊のかな。
この辺から上がれんじゃねえか。
ワイヤーが使えそうだね。ロープが垂れ下がってるところを狙って。
失敗して落ちんだよ。いいがワイヤーはなセンスだ。わかるか。
ああ、うん。登ると戻れないからね。準備はいい？
上の方からロープが垂れてねえか。楽勝だな。もっとペースを上げてもいいぜ。
捜索か。
上等だ。
目的を忘れるな。
分かってるよ。まずはエアリスの救出だろう。 聞こえないのか。応答しろ。さっきのやつか。
今のうちにビルで。
あそこにワイヤーを引っ掛けてよ。飛び越しちまおうぜ。
かけてみるか。
なんだお前ら。アバランチか。見つけた。至急応援をよこしてくれ。ド派手な登場になっちまったな。部隊の手先だ。
しよう。
おう任せとけ。雨に切らせない。こっちはどうだ。
気をつけてね。
落ち着いていけ。
待ってました。こっちだ。こうやってやるんや。いけんだろ。
頑張るね。かける。頼りにしてる。
ここからだ。
こうなら堂々と行こうぜ。
これ登れるかな。
ワイヤーがあればいけんだろ。
今度は崩れないといいけど。
の方からロープが垂れてねえか？
終わったな。
全力で行くしかねえな。
悪くない連携だ。
まあこんなもんよ。
Shit. What's up, Key Dodge? Thanks for the prime, dude. What you got going on? I don't know what I'm gonna do with this AP up. Maybe we'll throw a steel on somewhere. That's one thing with this, these sorcerers aren't when they really don't have some links going on them. Maybe another word, Suppose let's throw steel on them. You never know. I've really been fucking with that too much. Seems a little late into it to be doing that. Diablo 4 login servers took a shit. Well, I'm sure they'll be back at it. Well, that Diablo 4 been a pretty good time. No, that's definitely a game series I never got down on. That's always been pretty toted as it was definitely an icon. You know, certainly got back in the 90s, early 2000s. You know, that Diablo 2. Everyone loved that Diablo 2. I never really did play any of the Diablos. I did play, what? It was a Torchlight? Torchlight 2, I think, with my buddy Nicholas. But, other than that, and then, the Borderlands seemed pretty, like, Diablo-inspired, the whole... Oh, it always seemed like they'd be a pretty good time, huh? Ooh, enchanted ring. What we got here? Snares the heart and mind of any who look upon it. Okay, that's pretty sweet. So throw this on, and then like protect and shit will fucking hit a little harder, huh? Oh, geez, maybe. It could be pretty good. I kind of like what they have, but. Keep it in mind. Boss, you gotta be laying out and thick with the protects or something. Like how just a fucking random, like, Zelda-ass grappling hook out of nowhere, huh? It was pretty cool. Oh, no, I'm not going up the stairs. Oh, shit. Ooh, staggery. Get in there. Ah! Get these remakes when they're on sale. I beat 7 when I was like, yeah, for sure, dude. I'm late to it. I know that it's, you know, I mean, it's not free because it's PlayStation Plus, but it's on the PlayStation Plus or whatever. That was the only reason I finally get around. Well, I guess this past year I've been playing through all the Final Fantasies. I've been getting around to it. But, no, honestly, I thought 7 was pretty, like, low on the totem pole as far as, like, Final Fantasies, you know, especially after coming off 4, 5, and 6. But, you know, it was still pretty cool. I had a really cool world and stuff. So, I mean, this has been really awesome. It's just, like, I mean, it's so, like, it feels weird to even compare them because, honestly, they're such, like, different games. But, like, yeah, especially as a complimentary piece and, like, just coming off, you know, I just played 7 a couple months ago. Like, it's been a treat. If anything, if you got the 7 on Steam version or a way to play that or whatever, check out the, you know, it's got a crazy modding community, you know, the OG version of 7. Like, I played it with, like, the voice acting mods and stuff, and, like, you know, 7 was pretty cool. I mean, it was definitely, like, one of those things, like, I didn't really enjoy the game. It was one of those things a lot, like, 8, like, as far as the combat and, like, the ATB, and, like, I felt like 90% of the game kind of played itself. Like, I feel like, I'm just surprised it's kind of as popular as it is, but it is a really cool world and, like, different world and stuff. And especially how it just, like, drip feeds the world building to the player. Like, nah, it's been pretty, 7 was pretty sick. They're all pretty sick, but, you know, it's just one of those things, like, you know, comparing them. But, you know, it's not a competition. It just surprises me, yeah. I guess it just like, the perfect time and place. And especially, you know, it's crazy thinking that, like, 7 and, like, Mario 64, like, came out, like, around the same time, you know? Like, 7, the presentation, it's definitely a big part of me. I'm just, like, comparing them, like, you know, I don't know. In a bubble, like, next to each other and stuff. Like, I'm sure if I would have played it, like, it was my first time playing 7, I think I was, like, what, 14, 15, and I don't know, I already played, like, Tales of Symphonia, like, 10 times over, so I think that was a big part that, like, kind of, you know, but 7 does a lot of things right. I know, you know, if I can give anything to 7, like, 7's where, like, Final Fantasy really kind of, the thing is, I kind of prefer the whole, like, when Final Fantasy was trying a little, like, bit too hard to be like Dragon Quest. 7's definitely where, like, Final Fantasy got a bit more of its own identity, I feel like, you know? And more importantly, since 7, like, Square Enix in general has just gotten, like, a stupid budget. I mean, like, you look at this fuck you money they got. Like, look at this shit. God damn. It's so fucking ridiculous. You know, like, where it's, like, gotten since 7. Like, 7 was already so crazy for its day, but, you know, it's just been such a fucking, you know, domino effect. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, I really enjoyed this remake, though, yeah. Like I said, I've actually enjoyed it a lot more than like the original, but it's one of those things I can only imagine how much I'd enjoy it if I like had a big like nostalgia factor going for 7, you know? If I like it, I can only imagine for like one of those people that have like kind of always like put it on a pedestal or whatever, like this must be the bee's knees out of 9. It already kind of is. Anyway, it's been a really good time. Yeah, so I played through them like, you know, because I did, you know, I've done a big, I've only got a few left now, because I did, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tactics, you know, the 4 of the after years, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, just came off 12, and then the thing is, what kind of bummed me out is like, 1 through 6, I got the pixel remasters on Steam or whatever. And then I already had like 7 and 9 on Steam from just getting them from like sales or whatever. But then like I thought that like all the rest of them were on the PlayStation Plus. Because I only have a couple months left of my PlayStation Plus till that expires. So I'm trying to get as much as I can out of the PlayStation Plus before that fucking goes out. So I was kind of bummed out. I thought 13 was on the PlayStation Plus, so I guess it's not. But 13, oddly enough, was actually my first Final Fantasy. So, I guess it'll be kind of poetic if I save that for last anyway. Even though it'll be kind of weird. So I got that on my wish list. I'm going to probably fucking scoop that up on sale. Hopefully that comes out. Gets it. I mean, it's not too expensive it is, but I'm hoping I can pick it up for $5 or $10 or something, you know? But it's been a treat, you know. I've been going through a lot of like different series lately, like, you know, this past year or so. Like, I went through like 32 Mega Men, you know, all the God of Wars, all the Ratchet and Clanks, all the Jack and Daxters. But before I did this, the big segue into this was doing all the Kingdom Hearts. But you know, the Kingdom Hearts and like the Final Fantasies, man, they really have been such a treat, like comparatively, like compared to other series, like. They do such a good job of, like, invoking, like, bullshit, like, for the fan service and stuff of, like, the other series, but also, like, being really awesome and special in their own way, you know? I'm gonna save the Mega Potion. So I've been at it this year. You know, the Final Fantasy have been a big monkey on my back. I've been telling myself I've been gonna go play through the series for a while. And, yeah, no, I decided this year, it did start out being, like, you know, the year of, like, I wanted to just, like, mainly play PlayStation games this year. But it kind of ended up turning into, like, year of Square Enix, year of Final Fantasy. Hoping next year to maybe do some Nintendo and Dragon Quest. But, you know, yeah, I'm trying to stay, like, kind of fucking... you know, yeah, I don't even know exactly when I fucking started visualizing this. It's just kind of feeling like a blur now, but yeah. Sometime at the start of the year, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to play all these goddamn Final Fantasies. So, yeah, it was after the Kingdom Hearts. But, no, it's been a treat. It really has. Here we go. It's definitely been really interesting, this one, coming off Final Fantasy 12, how, like, all kind of similar it is in some ways. Let's do the regular cure. I was on the Destiny, finally taking a break from that for the D4, level 85 now, getting break. So that's crazy, man. I could only imagine, or I guess I can't imagine. I never played the Diablos or the Destiny, to be honest. What's the Destiny like? So I honestly can't even say I know what that game is. Same kind of a loaded question. Some crazy, like, online shit. The grind is heavy. It's like Borderlands. Oh, well, that's cool. You know, Borderlands is sweet. That can be dangerous. I can understand that. You know, especially if they're constantly, like, trickling in, like, content and, like, you know. That's one thing I kind of stray away from that's really gotten big these days. You know, they really kind of, like... Games have kind of, like, strayed away from, like, almost being, like, experiences to being, like, games as, like, a service. I think is what they call it, you know? So I can only imagine, like, Borderlands with, like, kind of, like, I don't know if it is one of those kind of games, but if it's, like, you know, a game where they're, like, constantly, like, drip feeding stuff in and they want people to keep playing it and it's just, like, an endless, like, cycle of fucking stuff. Which is certainly cool to know in its own way, you know. I definitely think when I was younger, I definitely would have probably ate that shit up. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm sure even if I gave it a chance, I'd probably still eat it up. But maybe, yeah, that's why I don't really know, or it doesn't ring a bell. I do kind of keep my ear to the ground as far as games, but stuff like the online multiplayer and, like, games as a service stuff is, like, kind of stuff I, like, put my head in the sand a little bit, too. Oh, jeez, what we got going on here? Oh, no. Oh, do we got a block? Is that what's going on? Cover me! No, the presentation on this shit's been nuts. Like, I can only imagine, like, what was it? I don't know if you remember the fight from the original game, the Abzu fight. It's like this crazy, like, werewolf sewer rat thing. It's like Cornelius, like, God, what's that thing from Star Wars? They, like, drop in the pit, the fucking Rancor. It's like a sewer fucking Rancor, like, sort of situation. Oh, let's say, what do I got going on here? Am I supposed to fight this fucking thing? Or no? I don't think so. Good rolled weapon. Well, that's cool. It kind of sounds like Borderlands meets Monster Hunter, which could be super fucking dangerous. Because Monster Hunter is probably like, God. I fucking love Monster Hunter so. I love Monster Hunter so much I won't let myself play it because I'll just like, that's something. I'd start playing Monster Hunter, I won't want to fucking do anything else ever. This shit's so fucking cool. Monster. Oh God, that does sound pretty sweet. I can only imagine being like, you know, that's another thing that was a big, like, cult of personality, you know, a big icon thing back in the day, you know. The Halo. God, Halo was such a... It's crazy how... That's, like, a name I haven't heard in a long time, actually. Halo. Monster Hunter meets Halo. That sounds like a wild combo. Okay, I just need to wait between the fucking... Is he firing 5 shots or 6? Goddamn. Oh, Bungie made it. Okay, so that's what Bungie's been doing. Oh, geez, no, I'm surprised I haven't really heard more about it. Maybe I'm just fucking getting, like, I don't know, out of touch. Or whatever the word is. I don't know. Maybe it's, like, a bigger deal than I'm realizing. I'm just fucking... No, yeah, that sounds really cool. That sounds dangerously cool. Fucking Halo meets Monster Hunter. Ooh. Yeah, that could be a game, you know. You play that and just fucking, yeah, not even need to ever play anything else ever. If it's anything like I'm imagining. That sounds wild. Oh yeah, fuck him up. But it's really cool how they, like, God, I would kill for, like, fucking... That's like, it just... Oh, it's, like, propelling me away from it. That's pretty cool. So, when you do that, you gotta hit it with, like, a fucking spell, then. But, man, I would kill for, like, you know... That's what I mean. I'm just not a big FF7 nerd, but, dude, if, like, they made, like, this Chrono Trigger... With this engine, it'd be, like, the greatest game ever, I swear to God. You know, like, fuck off. Yeah, we'll use a Mega, screw it. But I love how you, like, it still kind of keeps the spirit of the ATB, but you gotta, like, build up the ATB charges with, like, the regular hits. It's a pretty elegant system, all said. I do think the slowdown is a little, like, I almost wish you could, like, turn off the slowdown and, you know, and the... What, they call it the tactical mode? Oh, dude. Cloud not have summon shit on? What's the deal with that? Oh, we gotta get the Cactuar going. This shit's so sick. But yeah, no, like... But that's the thing about Square, though, too. Like, they have, like, such a winning formula here. And, you know, I mean, at least they're going to milk it a little bit with, like, the different episodes. But it kills me, like, how cool this shit is. And, you know, yeah. You know, they're going to, like, even if they do make remakes of the other stuff, they're just all going to be interesting and special in their own ways. For better and worse. That's one of the things that, yeah, really makes, like, Square Enix super interesting. It's just, like... You know, they have so many, like, different, like, formulas and, like, fucking, like, winning, like, bullshit that they could just do, and they just, like, they aren't afraid to, like, kind of, you know, do something again and, like, enhance on it, but they'll never do it, like, back to back. They'll wait, like, a couple fucking entries. Okay. For it was nuts back then. No, yeah, definitely for its time. Like, don't get it, like the world was still like really interesting and cool. But then a lot of the parts that like made it like kind of like really interesting. I don't know. It definitely felt a lot less interesting after playing FF6. But then I don't know. It was really cool, you know, bringing a lot of the stuff to fucking 3D and stuff. Just the whole like. How it's, like, super sci-fi and dystopian, and you start off being terrorists and, like, all that, like, that's total, like, same shit happens in FF6. And then you're, within, like, 8 hours, you're, like, basically fucking terrorists in FF8, too. They were just big on that shit. You know, I kind of, like I said, I kind of liked it when it was just a little bit more simple, a little bit more Dragon Quest-y, personally. But it's just more of a tone and a flavor thing. And then, like I said, just the ATB combat, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the materia system or like the characters or a lot of the characters are cool, but I don't like how it's like so focused on the waifu shit. You know, every Final Fantasy has like a little bit of romance trickled in, but there's like fucking like a whole like dumbass love triangle thing that like it's one of the things that's a big problem with this one too. It's like I don't know, I guess a lot of people really eat up the waifu stuff, and you know, for them I bet you they'd love it, but like I don't know, for me it's just like, it really takes away the spotlight from like a lot of the other things that makes the adventure super grand, you know. I just wish like the whole romance shit wasn't so shoved down your throat. It's really just kind of all over the place in this one. Alright, dude. Well, good luck with that. I'll catch you around. You take care. You know, like I said, a big part of it's just me being a contrarian too. I'm sure if everybody like, you know, didn't fucking, you know, put it on such a big pedestal, I wouldn't be fucking feeling such a need to knock it down so much. You know, FF7 was certainly cool and interesting in its own way. I just think, you know, especially coming off 4, 5, and 6, I expected a lot more from like the actual like battling, the ATB aspect of it. You know, I hate only having 3 guys, you know, the materials, it felt super slow, you know. The world building and stuff is super cool, for sure. But, you know, I still feel like I enjoyed it more than most people probably would playing it recently. You know, I definitely don't mind playing it older. You know, I still play, like, I'm in the middle of playing Dragon Quest 3 on my Game Boy Color, you know, on the side when I'm, like, just hanging out with the kid and shit. So, I mean, I don't mind playing something a little dated and stuff, but, like, you know, FF7, it just, it's just one of those things that it definitely makes me feel like I'm taking crazy pills just a little bit when it's just like but you know, it was a lot of people's firsts, and you know, people fall in love with their firsts a lot, you know. To that extent, I get it, you know. I don't think Pokemon games are like the greatest RPGs by any means either, but I played each one like over a dozen times and always have a fucking huge soft spot for them. In that respect, FF7 is still like way crazier than like any Pokemon game and like an actual like, you know, artistic level. So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to hate on it too much. Oh, dude, why am I using my potion stuff? We got a bench right over here. You get that Pokemon. Oh, Unbound. I think I heard good things about the Unbound. There's a lot of great fucking God. There's so many good like ROM hacks, dude. I might sometime, you know. I think Unbound might be on my shit list somewhere. You know, but if I say I don't know, I gotta say better than Uranium. I really like that Pokemon Uranium. That's got to be one of my favorites. Better than Uranium. Oh shit, I definitely got to play it. You're saying it's better than Uranium. I definitely got to play it. Dude, what's another one I really liked? Especially for being a Game Boy Color one. God, it was so fucking good. I mean, I just tried to Nuzlocke it, so I never fucking got too far into it. But it was like, God, it was a Pokemon Crystal Quarantine. It was a Game Boy Color one with, like, complete Fakeamon, but God, it was so fucking good. I swear, like, even for it, like, you know, not having, like, a physical special split and stuff, and it being, like, it was so fucking good. I swear. Crystal Quarantine was way better than it had any right to be. And then fucking, oh God, what was some of the other ones I fucking, Blaze, I don't think I checked out the Blaze. I did check out the Radical Red, you know, I thought that was pretty neat. And then what was, God, what was, was it like, God, what was the one that's, Crystal Clear is always a really fun one because it's like, what? I think that's what that one's called. It's like, you know, completely not linear or whatever. You can do any badge in any order and like all the fucking like badges like scale to your level. Like the whole game like scales to your badge level and stuff, and it like makes it to where you can't like over level past the fucking like shit and stuff, and like, oh God, it's so fucking sick actually. And you can do like Johto and Kanto at the same time. Like you can do like your first badge like fucking, and I think there's like over like 30 different like starters, and like the HM shit isn't locked behind those, so it's like really like open-ended and like not linear. Like you can get like a Seal as your starter and it knows Surf, and then you like you can go down and like do Blaine as like your first badge, and then just decide take the train to fucking Goldenrod and do fucking, you know, go to, you know, wherever and just do some random fucking Johto thing as your second badge and just go back and forth, and the whole thing like fucking, yeah, just scales and shit with you. That shit's so fucking cool. I haven't had my ear to the ground as far as like ROM hacks in the past couple years. I can imagine they probably came out with some good ones. I think I saw there was like a fucking like roguelite one or some shit that came out that sounded really fucking cool. I don't know if I get back into it. I definitely got to check out that one too. But no, Unbound, man. Yeah, no, shit. You're saying it's better than Uranium. Fuck me, dude. I definitely need to check that out. You know, consider it done. Like I said, next year's gonna, you know, be the year in Nintendo, year in the Dragon Quest. Definitely, we'll probably have to sneak a little bit of Pokemon in there too. You know, Zelda, Pikmin. God, I know that last fucking Nintendo Direct, fuck me. They came out of the WarioWare, the fucking God, the Mario RPG. Ugh. Fuck off. Didn't we just come from there? Are those guys trying to come at me, though? I want it. Huh. There's no door. Oh, here we go. Or did we? I think we're going this way. Yeah, dude, good luck with the login. I'll catch you around. So you take care. You know, nice catching up. No, definitely, yeah, the 7, I'm sure, you know, yeah, I'm excited for the second episode of the 7 remake, too. It's going to have a lot of the starting exposition's been cool, but it has been a bit of a slow burn. Like I said, a little bit of, you know, waifu spotlight, you know. It's a bit bloated in some spots. But I'm definitely hoping that the second one opens up a little bit more. When it hits it, you know, God, I love the presentation of it. You know, the combat system's super clean. I like how it doesn't step on the first one's toes too much. Really love the fucking Japanese voices. That's been a treat. Oh, jeez. Totally bastard shit. I mean, totally did the wall market. I mean, they did wall market pretty differently, actually, but it was still awesome. The whole thing kind of felt like an episode of Gintama. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, we got some Crash Bandicoot going. How about that? Fucking the first level of the Sonic Adventure 2. We got the Mack truck coming in. I was pretty sad. One of my favorite parts of the whole, like, Walmart... Oh, this thing's called the Valkyrie? That's pretty sick. But one of my favorite parts of the wall market was the whole fucking, you know, thing where, like, you know, he gets the, you know, the go-ahead from one dude, but they gotta find a dress for him. And then, like, they gotta, like, talk to the old drunkard at the bar. And they gotta go through the whole, like, side shit, like, the fucking, is it, like, the dudes at the fucking, you know, the gym? And it totally feels like a thing out of, like, Lisa, the Painful RPG. But, it's like, I love the whole, like, wacky shit, like, getting the material and stuff and doing that, and you, like, reignite the dude's spark and passion for, like, making dresses, even though it's, like, dresses for men. Like, that whole, like, thing was not in this. You kind of get the... I mean, I guess I don't want to spoil it. I guess I already kind of did to an extent, but, like, yeah. You know, that's how they... But they did other cool things in cool ways, too. It's definitely been interesting how it's not exactly one-for-one. But you do think with it, like, the game kind of taking its time and being, like, kind of... I mean, I don't know. I keep saying bloated. I don't know if bloated's the right word, but it's definitely padded out in some areas. I've been avoiding a lot of the side quests. Side quests haven't felt, like, super interesting. It's not like I feel like you need, like, super good gear to really fucking take on anything either. At least in the live knows. Ooh, napalm drop! Oh, it's crazy how cinematic the shit is, though. I mean, it's crazy how it came from, like, you know, FF7 to Kingdom Hearts to this. You know, like, it's really kind of came full circle. Or whatever, you know, like I said, this before playing the Final Fantasies, I did the Kingdom Hearts, like... The Final Fantasy just basically became, like, fucking Kingdom Hearts as fuck again, you know? Now it's just, like, some crazy action RPG fucking blend of bullshit now, you know? Just lay it on thick with these Thundaras. That's the plan. But, you know, the voice acting, the music, I mean, obviously, you know, the graphics and presentation, you know, it's been pretty cool. You know, they definitely, like, took the scale of Midgar and just cranked it up to 11 in so many ways. I love how you're just constantly, like, circling around the Shinra Tower, you know? Which, really, I mean, not that it didn't have its, like, little, like, moments of artistic, like, presence in the fucking, like, you know, the first game, but it makes the entire first game just feel like fucking concept art. That's one thing, like, I have to say, like, it's just like, God, they really, they went all out. Yeah, you know, the name of the game, you try to get it, stagger them, build up the stagger bar, and then you fucking go nuts on them. Ah, I didn't get the Infinity End off in time, damn. What? Jeez, what's this about? Oh. Cactuar? Or? Let's go Chocobo Chick. Ah, damn. Oh. There he goes. Choco Flare. See? Oh, there he is. There you go. Hit him with the cross slash. Oh. Trying to seal the deal here. Nice. A big portion of the boss fights do kind of just feel like that, just like crazy mechanical monstrosities. But, you know, and they're intense and awesome. But a couple of the boss fights that stand out really do fucking stand out. Like, yeah, that fucking Asbu fight and, you know, a couple of the tussles with the Turks. You know, the Turks are always fucking too cool for school. You know, they really captured the essence of like so much fucking shit. Oh, that was sick. We're all pretty good, right, dude? That's why they look so good. Like, I should have seen him in that goddamn dress. I'm telling you. Oh, the money shot. But yeah, FF7's where they like quit feeling like Dragon Questy and like all like, you know, the characters start feeling like they're right out of a fucking front cover of a Vogue magazine, you know? That's what I mean. FF7 just is just a big tone shift in the series that I like. I don't know. I definitely liked the... I definitely like the more like fucking D&D Dragon Questy feel of like the traditional games, just doing crystal shenanigans, but... It really does kind of come into its own a bit. You know, I'd say 8's definitely a bit like that, you know, like... But no, he looks awesome in his fucking, like, sleeveless fucking turtleneck. Where can I get one of those? What a goddamn stud, right? That's one thing, you know, and I think that's a big reason why I, like, you know, another why FF7, like I said, besides the waifu shit, like, Cloud and, like, Sephiroth never really, like, resonated with me too much as, like, a main character, like, a big bad guy. Like, it's cool, you know, it's definitely, like, a time capsule for, like, that early 2000s, like, broodiness, like, you know, it's a vibe, but, like, and I respect it, but it's definitely not, like, my favorite protagonist, but that being said, I really think they did an amazing job in this, like, remake, like, how, like, I love the animations and, like, all his, like, sword swings, it's, like, you know, they got so much, like, all the swings are so meaty, but so, like, clean and smooth at the same time, like, shit's fucking sick. But all the characters, you know, look incredible. Like, that's like they spent so much fucking, you know, they really knew they had to get this right, you know. They would have made a lot of people really fucking upset. Final Fantasy XIV's combat was... See, I've never played... you know, that's the ones, like I said, I'm not touching, because I kind of have an aversion to, you know, MMOs and, like, games as a service and, like, online games in general, but, like, you know, I bet you FF14's pretty sick and awesome in its own way, too. I wouldn't doubt it. It's one of those things, I feel like it's tough to compare. You know, I'm sure there's such different games. That being said, playing FF12, like, you know, really made me feel like, as much as I loved FF12, it made me feel like if I touched the fucking MMOs, I'd probably get so into them. Couldn't get past the combat server responsiveness. No fairness, I don't even know how it fucking works. I don't know. I don't really know anything about 14, to be honest. But, you know, I feel like just any, like, with any Final Fantasy, I feel like, I don't know, that's where a lot of people, like, kind of, there's a lot of people that, like, play Final Fantasy, you know, they play their first Final Fantasy, and that kind of becomes their ideal version of, like, what Final Fantasy is. And, you know, they don't really, like, give a lot of the others a fair shake. Like, I just feel like with a lot of the Final Fantasy, with any games and with a lot of stuff in life in general, you know, it's just important to just kind of, like, throw yourself into it and, like, you know, give it a fucking fair shake. But I guess it sounds like you did. But, you know, it's one of those things that I couldn't imagine an MMO would ever, like, feel like... That's one of the big reasons why, yeah, MMOs just feel icky to me in general, is they just have, like, anti-game feel, you know? Like, they just don't feel good to, like, move around it, you know? Any game where you're just, like, moving by, like, pointing and clicking and shit, and, like, doing stuff of that, it's just, like, I don't know. I know even with a controller, it's all kind of, like, pointing and clicking to an extent, but, like, yeah, they just, like... I haven't played enough MMOs to really, like, nail down or articulate what I'm trying to talk about, but yeah. There's a certain, yeah, like you said, the responsiveness is just like, yeah. But even this one, you know, the controls are pretty, like, slow and sticky. Like, you know, there's a lot of, like, snapping to your targets and, like, auto shit. Like, you know, this game really does, like, kind of, like, play itself in a lot of ways, you know. But it feels good. You know, they definitely nail, like, the weight of everything. I think that's probably a big thing about MMOs. It's like they're so worried about everything trying to be like so like clean and readable as it can be, and like that like hodgepodge of like everything going on, and like a big old whatever, you know, boss fight where you got like so much shit going on and like that like you know, they aren't really worried about like the weight and the presentation so much of it and the feel of it. They want it to be like the readability. You know, it's just like probably different like philosophies and concerns kind of thing. But I'm with you though. You know, why not like the, you know, the taco girl, porque no los dos or whatever, you know. Oh shit. I do like Cloud's got like the different modes, you know, he's got like the heavy like operator mode. You like press triangle to switch into it. You kind of like sacrifice mobility for damage. But then if you like get a block attack in that mode, it like automatically does this like counter. Let's see if I can pull off. Pretty sick. Yeah, right there. Oh, damn. Guys are going crazy with grenades. Fuck off. Ah, I gotta do something about that. You in the back. Yeah. Like, it isn't too crazy, but it's definitely enough to, like, string some shit together and get, like, a little bit of expression going. You know, like, you can hold square to, like, do, like, a heavier, more, like, sweepy attack. You know? pretty simple, like 1, 2, 3 hit combo. You know, kind of cancel that shit with like your dodge roll. Fucking keep the momentum going. But what's cool is like what's like kind of different and elegant about it is it kind of keeps the spirit of the ATB system. Is like all your actions, like your spells and like using items and like, you know, your skills and stuff. It takes like a bar and, you know, you fill up like each little like bit of that bar with like every hit of your regular attacks. So Path of Exile devs are oh geez, they're playing dirty, huh? What's that about? That's a fucking not a very nice rumor. What's that about? I guess I should have healed up and kept going forward. Well, I'm liking this remix of the battle theme. Oh jeez. Fucking up. He's about stunned. Ugh. Ooh, wind slash. Yeah, man, what I hear, like, I don't hear a lot about fucking, you know, anytime I hear anything about Blizzard, it's never good news. I know, I got a couple buddies we playing Overwatch, too. They didn't have anything nice to say. I can't even remember what was going on, but like a month or so ago, he just coming in and said the community was up in arms about something. Okay, it just seems like every, like, a few months, there's always some fucking shitty story going on with the Blizz kids, man. So, it's a studio I've never really, I've always kind of strayed away from myself. Like I said, I've never really been to not because, like, I really have anything against them or anything. Honestly, one of my, most nostalgic games, one of the first games I ever owned was this game on Super Nintendo called Rock and Roll Racing. I want to say it was made by like Blizzard before they became Blizzard. They were like called something else or something. So I mean, you know, good for them in that area. You know, I love Rock and Roll Racing. You know, that shit was so cool. I think it's like, you know, I was never a big like, you know, PC kid growing up. I think that was a big part of it. You know, I never really into the Diablo, never into the Warcraft, never really into the World of Warcraft. I had a bunch of buddies super into it. Let's just take this car. Take this thing for a ride. Saw bullshit. Oh, Jay, dude, fuck. I should have realized you were one of the boys. You Dill Frog? Kidaj, are you going by a new handle these days, man? I can't even keep up. I didn't realize I was talking to one of the boys, dude. Shay! What's going on, Shay? Yeah, I remember you being hype about, you know, I was just thinking about you. God. Because no, I remember you being, like, excited about this, like, even more than I was. When this was, like, first coming out. Back when I was working at the Forge. When I started playing this, I was like, ah, yeah, dude, I wonder if shit ever fucking got down on this shit. What's going on, dude? I can't keep up with everyone's handle these days. I'm sorry. How you been, man? Fuck. I should have realized. No, jeez. That's embarrassing. But yeah, no, that's yeah. So you know, so that's what I mean. I've been talking about God playing, going through all these Final Fantasies. It's been a big monkey on my back. So I feel like I've been talking about fucking doing this since back when I was working with you and shit. Well, sometimes it takes a while, but you know, it feels nice to get around to it. But last sale was only like 20. Yeah, no, I'm sure it'd be really nice on PC. Or I think I was checking it out like a year or so ago. You know, but it was like I think it was like I played like 5-10 hours of it, and then while I was checking it out, they like announced like the, you know, PS5 like upgraded version of like the Intergrade or whatever, where it's like 60 FPS instead of 30 FPS, and like I don't know what else it has going on. It probably upgraded like lighting or some shit, you know. But so it was like one of those things that happened to me with a couple games where it's like, you know, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wait till that shit hits the PS Plus or something or gets on sale. And I think one thing, it's got like this episode with like Tifa or not Tifa, with Yuffie. I think you like, I don't know how long it is, but I imagine it's like a handful of hours where you get to like play as Yuffie in like the separate mission or some shit. Yeah, I'm telling you, it doesn't take long anymore. You know, it pays to be patient. I know what was a game I was excited to get down on. Just came out not too long ago. Was I played the demo. It was that One Piece Odyssey. It was like basically One Piece, but it was like fucking Dragon Quest. It was pretty fucking sweet. It was like a whole like separate like original story kind of thing, and like it was good. But you know, I'm like, I don't want to pay $60 for it. I just saw the other day that shit was like already fucking got $30 or whatever. Yeah, you know, it don't take long, man. Especially one thing, I think, like, the advent of, like, fucking the Xbox Game Pass and, like, the PlayStation Game Pass shit, like, you know, they're just so fucking quick to, like, scoop shit up, and then when the shit gets scooped up on there, it just, like, makes the digital value of the game go down so much. Yeah, it's crazy. It's one thing that fucking pissed me off. If I knew how many fucking PlayStation games would have fucking been coming out on fucking PC, man, I wouldn't fucking just fucking upgraded my PC. I fucked up in that regard. But I've been enjoying my PlayStation. You know, my PC is still fucking getting the job done for the most part, but no, definitely fucking. It's been awesome how many of the fucking PlayStation games have been coming out. And I still can't believe what Ratchet and Clank came out on the goddamn PC. That's definitely one, if it ever goes on sale, I couldn't recommend. I mean, I don't know if you ever played the Ratchet and Clank games, but man, I love that new. I mean, I love all the Ratchet and Clank games. That new one was fucking sick. That was one of the most like next gen feeling games, you know, probably played to this day. Or that Returnal, man. Returnal is fucking something else too. I don't know if it has crossplay between like you know, the PC and the PlayStation or whatever, but man, if you get that Returnal, man, we could get down on some Returnal. I would play the fuck out of that with you. That shit would be so like it didn't originally like have co-op and shit, but like It came out with like a big update, maybe like less than a year ago or something. I only played it with like one other person, but it's got to be one of my favorite like games ever. But like roguelike game for sure. It's like the only like AAA like fucking roguelike shit you'll ever like see. That shit's so nuts. I can see you digging Returnal. Say if you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, that might be one to fucking. I think that came out on PC. That'd be another one to fucking keep an eye on a sale for. Oh, it's not crossplay? Fuck. That's a bummer. It still might be one to, you know, I played it pretty much, you know, exclusively, so it's still something. Oh, jeez. Maybe I should have healed up more, look for a bench. This is, oh, we're in the Shinra building. I see, it's so surreal playing this, like, after, I'm so happy I played this, you know, played the original just like a couple months ago or whatever. Yeah, it's so surreal, fucking seeing the shit like one for one. I could only imagine if you like had a side by side.
研究施設だ。 多分上のずっと上だ。
ハムかよ。
確認しようか。受付でわかるかな。
But nah, dude, I'm so excited for the next game. You get to play as like fucking, you know, yeah, they got like, you know, majority of the. Oh. You know, have all the fucking exposition fucking, like, you know, pretty much done. It'll be like that fucking meaty, like, fucking middle part of it be all open. So excited to play with fucking Kate Sheath and fucking Sid and fucking Red 13. I honestly, we might get a little piece of Red 13 in this one. Because I want to say, if I remember, he's like, the end of this shit kind of, yeah, dude. Dude, it's, yeah, this fucking plaza part. This shit was cool though. I like I said, playing it with the mods and everything, and it had like a true like native widescreen with like upscaled like, you know, they did like AI upscaling and like hand touching up on like all like the pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff. It was still really like I enjoyed it. You know, like it's just yeah, like the moment to moment like actual like gameplay, the combat felt a little lacking compared to a lot of the others in the series, but it was still good. It was still fun. Yeah, dude, who cleans these fucking floors? Goddamn. It's got some car. Ooh, that motor. Dude, that's one thing. God, they had this fight with this fucking guy named Roach on a motor. It was like they like redid the motorcycle sequence from the first game and like cranked it up to 11 and like had this whole other part with like extra like spotlight for like Jesse and like, you know, Biggs and Wedge, and like it was a whole like big separate mission. You're like going with them to like get a weaker blasting agent. You end up having this super anime fight with this like Roach guy on the fucking oh god, it was so fucking cool, dude. It might have been my favorite part of this game, honestly. It was like the first fucking 10 hours. It wasn't even like that fucking like interesting mechanically or anything, you know. It was definitely just kind of a roller coaster of a sequence, but man, it was something. That was so goddamn anime. That Roach guy, this fucking cool like mullet pompadour thing. Oh god. Oh, we need a key card. So, yeah, I want to say what Returnal, it just came out not too long ago. So yeah, you know, I'd probably wait a little bit longer on it, I guess. It would probably be a fucking fatter sale before you know it, but no, definitely a game to keep an eye on. Returnal was sick. Shame it's not crossplay though. That would be the one, you know. I'm not into playing a lot of online, you know, co-op whatever, but you know, I definitely get down on that. Returnal is like a real games game. It's like it has all like the fucking fidelity of a crazy AAA game, but it's got like the juice game feel factor of like a white knuckle fucking indie roguelite. Like it's so fucking nuts. It's basically just roguelite fucking Ratchet and Clank with its like weapon upgrading shit. You know, pretty interesting, like psychological, you know, psychological horror kind of like tone and setting. Like, I was never been the biggest sci-fi guy, but like after playing Returnal, I felt like I had a big like kind of almost like awakening in like the sci-fi genre. Really kind of open. It's still probably not like my favorite tone or setting or whatever, but you know, it definitely kind of opened my eyes a little bit. No, it's definitely one of those games I feel like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Woo! God, my ass hurts after that one. Back to it. You know, a lot of sections, you know, like I was saying, like this, where it just really feels like they're kind of padding it out a little bit. You know, it's not like the first one didn't have like little quirky, like mini gamey-esque moments like this either, but they definitely feel a little more like little bit more frequent. It almost, yeah, feels like you know, instead of being like charming or quirky, it just feels like, yeah, it does feel a little padding-esque. But, you know, they do it the halfway tastefully, though. You know. I do think the whole episodic thing is a super, like, interesting approach. I remember when I first heard about it, like, I think my eyebrow about as raised as anyone, but they did an incredible job with it, I think. I'm just super jealous, yeah. Like, one of my favorite, like, JRPGs isn't getting this treatment. You know, I can only hope one day, yeah, like Chrono Trigger, like FF9, or, like, I don't know. what other fucking, you know, there's I don't know. FF4, 5, and 6. Like, yeah, honestly, I would play every single Final Fantasy game if they fucking gave it this treatment. So I can't even fucking hate on it at all. It's pretty cool. If anything, yeah, starting it with this one is just gonna give them that more of a budget and that much more confidence. Hey, I gotta look around for a ladder or something? Does her movement look odd as fuck? I mean, I don't know. She's gonna. Oh yeah, it does seem like she's a little like extra animated, a little extra dramatic. You know, I guess maybe because I'm just like in full like tilt on the controller mode, but I kind of see where you're coming from. I don't think the general like walk around game feel doesn't have like, it's very like slow, deliberate, kind of sticky and heavy. You know, for like extra like weight and animation kind of going on. Though it does get better in you know, all your attacks like really snap to everyone. Yeah, no, it does look like she's like kind of almost like drunk. she's like kind of leaning side to side. yeah, it must just be them fucking knockers. She's just feeling a little fucking top heavy. I don't know. Could be it. I don't know. I fell down. How do I get back up? You think you can take like one of these doors? There's gotta be a ladder somewhere. Oh! Oh, here we go. Maybe. Supposed to... Okay. There we go. So yeah, I definitely think it probably would have been in the game's favor to probably keep sections like this a little bit simpler. Because, you know, I just don't think, like, you know... I don't even know what what you call this kind of, like, gameplay. You know, I mean, it's not like platforming necessarily, like, light navigation. You know, I definitely don't think it's this game's strong suit. It does just kind of, like, have it in some spots. These are like blocking me off. But yeah, what, you and the boys been getting down on the Diablo 4 though? That's a Diablo 4 is like something you playing with the game. Oh, here we go. Because we don't go all the way across. Randall's family way to have remake. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the curse of those kind of games, huh? Unless you like dedicate to just like having like a specific character you just like play with your buddies or something. You know, it's so easy to kind of. Oh, supposed to swing in there. There we go. You think she's fucking Lara Croft. Time to take the fucking stairs. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things, like, especially in my most recent playthrough of the original FF7, I thought Cloud came off as, like, super dorky, like, you know, like someone, like a dorky guy who's trying really hard to act cool. And in this one, I just feel like he seems too genuinely cool, almost. I mean, maybe that's just how he's supposed to be. But I felt like that was one of the more, like, endearing parts of him. And I mean, they have moments where they're, like, kind of poking fun at him or whatever, and he's, like, not quite as cool as he thinks he is. But, like, I don't know. Maybe it's the Japanese voices. Like, his voice actors just sounding, like, super, like, quintessential, just anime cool guy voice. But, like, I don't know. At least compared to, like, the English voice actor of, like, the, you know, the mods I had with, like, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It was, like, the Echo mod that had, like, all the voices and stuff. You know, and I felt like it really captured his dorkiness in, like, a good way. I love how they made Barrett just, like, basically fucking Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho.
たった59回だ。
そうだね。
レースじゃねえからな。煽るなよ。
God, this is about to be like that fucking 100 floor ship from 12. But it's surreal, you know. Yeah, seriously. It'd be a boss fight at the end of all these stairs. Be so exhausted. But it's surreal, you know. We are definitely kind of at the end of the road. You know, I am, like I said, just trying to, like, knock off the last little bits, get the most out of my PlayStation Plus. But it was, like I said, 13 wasn't on there, which was kind of disappointing. You know, save that one for last. But and it felt weird to jump straight to 12 into fucking 15. So I'm like, I guess this is as good a time as any to do the 7 remake. And then, definitely excited to play the 16. You know, the demo was really fun. You know, really cool. You know, definitely had me more excited for it than I even already was. But like I said, I'm definitely gonna wait till my PlayStation Plus expired. So I think there's a couple like side ones. Like there's like a World of Final Fantasy, which I don't really know anything about. I know we got like a couple cards in our fucking. My wife and I have been playing the Final Fantasy card game. But I've seen like a couple characters from World. It looks like almost like some chibi shit or something. I don't know. Looks different. And then I want to say there's like an I Am Setsu now. I don't know. I'm trying to think of maybe just knock out like a couple Square Enix games. I don't know, or maybe just there's a couple games on that PlayStation Plus Game Pass thing. Probably worth checking out before it expires. I want to say that Inscription popped up on there. It's not really some Square shit, but it's definitely some indie game that I've been thinking about getting. So it's nice that it's just there. But yeah, I'm excited to check out 15 again. I remember, yeah, I don't think I've probably been 6-7 years, 8 years since I played that. I remember waiting until that was on sale to pick up that. I think that was one of the ones that I think my computer had trouble fucking running at a smooth fucking 60. Especially that was like one of the first games that we fucking played in 4K, so I'm definitely excited to see how the fucking PlayStation handles it. And, you know, all of the games, like, you know, 9 was always been one of my favorites, like, 13 was my first, you know, and then I played that when I was, like, probably, like, 14, 15, the first time. Whenever, like, 13 first came out, it was, like, around that, I remember renting it. And then I picked up 7, and then I picked up 9 after 7, and I remember playing those all back-to-back, like, oh, when I was, like, 14, 15. But, it's definitely, you know, as much as I love 9, and it was such, like, you know, instantly you can tell it was one of the best, like, just games ever, you know. It was crazy, you know, yeah, playing it again after fucking playing all the Final Fantasies. Like, especially 9 and 10 just was so jam-packed with, like, nods and, like, references and fucking fan service of, like, every single fucking game, and like there was so many like just like dumb little things. Yeah, it's definitely been a treat. Like going through the series, and like the series just kind of gets like more and more up its own ass, you know. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. What's up with this? I don't know why they'd want to like pad out like this is almost supposed to feel like the final like climactic session, and this is kind of felt like a little padding after padding here. Got a little Paddington Pear going on. You know, the game's had like interesting pacing issues, but I don't think it's like really been this bad until like almost feel bad. It's like I fucking like slightly mentioned it earlier, and then it's just like I don't know. I don't know, part of it took me a while to find that, like, how to get up on that car and get on the ladder, but goddamn. I guess it's one of those things, it was like, fight a boss, like, yeah, that's, I mean, they did have the stage, I guess it's just their way it was in the original game. But you think this would be one of the things they take out? You know? I don't know. Because this game's done a good job of, like, not being exact. It's been pretty interesting, like, in the couple ways it's deviated. I mean, it's really been, like, nice, yeah, just, like, almost as, like, a complimentary piece, even. Like, so you just think, I don't know, you think this had been one of the things, or maybe they'd take some artistic liberties or something. Just do it with a cutscene. You know, like, I don't know. Not to, like, I don't know. Not to criticize. I'm just finding, like, it hard to... this Cloud's getting slightly more and more tired. You, like, can't even run. That's pretty rich. At least they're, like, kind of hamming it up with the animations here. It's alright. I guess I got egg on my face. At least they're kind of doing something. Even though... But yeah, you know, I don't know. I just can't help but they're, like... You know, it just feels like one of those things, like, they're like, if we don't make this game, like, so and so long, the internet's gonna be mad. So it just feels like there's a couple points in the game where the pacing's a little, like, interesting, to say the least. Other than that, I've had a great time, and like I said, I think I've enjoyed it more than the original. You know, even just standalone on its own. Like I said, I'm not too up the original last, but... You know, it's definitely been pretty cool. That's one thing I don't think when I played it, like I said, I played it like 5 or 10 hours of it before the PS5 version of it came out. I don't think I enjoyed it as much. I think one of the only reasons I'm enjoying it as much as I am is because I just came off the original not too long ago. So it's still pretty, like, fresh. It was one of those things. I mean, I'm sure I'd still like it, you know, especially the combats, you know, definitely really interesting, like, experimental take on the ATB shit mixed with like some action RPG stuff. You know, it's a good like homage. You know, charming little system. But yeah, I don't know. Oh god. Yeah, they're like, God, they even slow you down. This is fucked. Take a breath. Let's take a breath. Fuck. I don't think it's helping. But yeah, that's what I mean. I'm hoping that'd be pretty sick if they give you a little taste of Red 13 in this. It'll probably be one of those things, since it's so far into the game or whatever, they probably won't let you actually play them. It would be kind of like a tease. Maybe if he just kind of helps you out as like a guest character or something. Jesus. Here's her breather. Yeah, at least they're hamming it up a little bit. I don't know. A little goofy.
70、80、90、100、110。魔高濃度の過飽和を確認。
Save the A train.
冷却用マテリアによる放冷を開始。
Oh, Jesus Christ.
スカーレット様、会議のお時間です。
あなた声をかけるタイミングが最悪。
魔高濃度、マテリア構造ともに安定しています。各マテリアの質量増加を確認。
ゴージャスな姿を見せてごらん。
不足因子を検出。
行くわよ。
規定値を大幅に超え、なおも増殖中。領域内の至るところで結晶化を確認。暴走しています。ダメです。このままでは。
お片付けよろしく。
はっ。
スカイフロアね。名前通り洒落てんじゃねえか。
行くぞ。
Wait, Tag's knockoff from Adventure? God, Adventure, isn't that like wasn't that like a movie or something? I think I remember renting that before I even played FF7. And just like being so confused. We're renting that like a video store in Columbiaville, just being like so confused. Oh man, maybe that might be something like worth checking out. Say, did Sephiroth? Hey, deep down, aren't we all just Sephiroth clone wannabes? Recognize Scarlet's VA? Who is it? I mean, she did sound kind of familiar, huh? It is! She's Tsunade! Oh god! We can even give this fucking... Of course she's Tsunade! I should have guessed. Oh god, I had there's two big fucking hints right in my fucking face. God. Oh, jeez, nice view. That was definitely, I don't know if it's like one of the more memorable or just like one of like the worst like things about 10. Like, you want to talk about like a game that had like too many iconic voices. Fucking the voice acting, and like it was so cool because it was the first like Final Fantasy 2 be like pretty much like fully voice acted. Like 10 kind of blew me away in a lot of ways. It was definitely one I wasn't expecting. Because it was so crazy going from like, you know, how many games they were doing the ATB system, and then it's just like raw turn-based out of nowhere. Like 10 felt like some Paper Mario shit, you know? You enjoy 10-2? I'm gonna have to come back to the 10-2, I guess. Because I know 10-2, I've heard pretty, like, mixed things. I know it's one thing I'm trying to, like, focus and, yeah, get through the thing. I don't know, maybe I actually will do some 10-2 if, because, like I said, I am gonna, I think I have my PlayStation Plus till, like, October or whatever. You know, it's like the PlayStation Game Pass thing. So I got this. I want to make sure I get this and 15 for sure done. And then, yeah, I'm going to want to knock out as many games as I can or whatever till, you know, it expires. No, if I got enough time, I might actually check out that 10-2. Because it looked kind of neat. I watched, like, the little... There was, like, a video, like a little missing link video. That kind of, like, bridged the gap between them. It seemed interesting. I mean, it's cool just, you know, like, Yuna and fucking, Riku get to kind of go on their own, you know, adventure or whatever. Like, they were kind of saying at the end of the game. I thought that was kind of poetic. It kind of, like, foreshadowed that, it seemed like. Oh, jeez. Who are we gonna have to beat up for a keycard? But yeah, 10 had so many, like, crazy iconic voices, though. Like, I even noticed how, like, fucking, you know, some dude pointed it out, came in and pointed out. Fucking, like, Waka's, like, a Bender. You know, like, it was like a John DiMaggio. It was like Bender and Jake the dog. I want to say Oren's like fucking on. I swear to God, he's like Steve Bloom or like was David Hayter or something. The guy who does like fucking Snake. What was killing me was Titus was Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank. I played so many Ratchet and Clank games my whole life, and it's like so weird hearing him in anything else. Riku was like fucking, you know, Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, or like Presea from Tales of Symphonia. They had a lot of big names in 10. Like, too many, honestly. There was like too iconic. Maybe they weren't as iconic in the time, but like, it's just like, you just couldn't like, not hear their fucking like other characters. 10, I was pretty disappointed they didn't have Japanese voice acting. That's one thing, you know, I guess I understand with the original thing, but it kind of bummed me out with a lot of the Kingdom Hearts games, too. You know, those games are anime as fuck, and, you know, they were talking about, like, it's like, what, the third, like, remake or, like, remaster collection versions of them that, like, I was getting my hands on, you know, like, how many, like, whatever, like, point whatever remixes of whatever do they have going on, and it's like, you think they'd have options for the fucking Japanese voices. And the fucking, it's really nice to see them kind of fucking, starting from 12, that started being a thing. Yeah, I mean, it can definitely be hit or... One thing is weird, I played the... First time I checked out the 16 demo, I did it with the Japanese voices. And then, yeah, my wife wanted to fucking, check it out, and she played through it. And when she played through it, I was sitting there watching her, I put on the English one just to kind of get a different experience. And oddly enough, with 16, I really want to say the English was better. You know, at least the start of the game, I don't it was really sorry because every other one, yeah, it seemed like the Japanese ones fucking hit way harder. I love Balthiar's voice, one of the main characters in 12. He was fucking Sanji from One Piece. God, it was so good. I was fucking swooning over that guy. That one there, yeah, no, for sure, it could definitely be hit. I don't mind doing. I'm definitely not one of those people that's like, you know, Japanese voices every time. I love a good English VA if it's done right, you know. Yeah, I want to say this guy's fucking, yeah, Kate Sheath.
死を落とすなんて
Did get a little glimpse of,
統括会議でそのような発言は決してなさらないように。
分かっているさ。
yeah. Well, I mean, it can be definitely tough, for sure, you know, anything if you've just been listening to one voice for, like, and you just already have it in your head that that's, like, the ideal voice, especially if it's something from your childhood, you know? It can definitely be a little, like, yeah, get a little whiplash, a little jarring, you know? But, I mean, that's, like, a lot of times, you know, when I got a game or something, I usually try to, or even if I'm watching an anime, like, for, like, the second time, if it's got, like, a dub, I usually try to, like, flip and flop and see what I like best. Because you never know. But a lot of the times, it usually goes to, like, yeah, whatever one you, like, kind of listen to first, and then you get acclimated, and you know, you just get that ear muscle memory, like, associating whatever voice with whatever character, and then they just, like, that was me with 12. Like, I played, like, the first few hours of the, you know, it just had one of the main characters. He had fucking Sanji's fucking silky smooth voice from One Piece, and then I remember just, like, after a few sessions flipping it to the English, and I heard him, like, say one line in, like, fucking combat, and I'm just like, nope, like, can't do it. Like, that is not, like, what I want Balthier to sound like. Like, sometimes you just know. But yeah, no, Goku's voice is definitely, like, super childlike. It's like his fucking balls never drop, for sure.
こちらメモリアルフロアではプレジデントのこれまでの歩みや
Yeah, Luffy's kind of the same way, but at least Luffy's, like, a lot more boyish. You know, Goku's just such a muscle-bound fucking freak. It's just like, come on.
はいはいご苦労さん。
Oh, yeah. Look in this room. Man with the golden gun. I agree. It definitely feels like it's one of those things where you can just tell, like, usually 8 times out of 10, like, especially in, like, video games and fucking anime, like, you know, you can just tell the Japanese fucking people, they got a bit more of a pedigree, taken a bit more seriously. But I do feel like, you know, the English voice acting do be surprising me more and more, you know, these days. You know, with, like, a random good one or whatever. I know, well, it was a while back. Like I said, Jess and I were rewatching Kill la Kill a few years ago. And, like, it was like 4 years ago or something. And, like, I remember randomly, like, you know, well, let's check out the fucking English. And I remember being pretty pleasantly surprised with that. I was really surprised by FF16, because, you know, I didn't think the Japanese one was, like, bad or anything, but, like, I think part of it was the setting, too. Because 16, it was very, like, it felt like the tone of it was, like, very much, like, I don't know, almost like, you know, British fantasy, like Tolkien, or, like, Games of Thronesy or something, I don't know. That sort of, like, it felt a lot more, like, grounded. A lot less anime. But usually when shit's like fucking, yeah, anime, you know, it's definitely nice to lean into it and fucking... When something just feels super fucking Japanese, you know, there's just something about the fucking voices, just it helps you kind of like soak in the culture or whatever a little bit, I guess.
よく見るやつだね。
スクラップにしてやったぜ。
But I definitely think it's definitely healthy to have the mindset that they can both kind of be cool in their own way, more often than not. Steampunk? No, not steampunk, I'd say. It was very, like, almost like Tactics. You know, like, I don't know if you play Final Fantasy Tactics, but, like, that kind of very, like, you know, Fire Emblem Tactics, like, you know, where it's, like, there's a lot of different, like, factions of nobility and, like, you know, a lot of, like, political, like, drama almost, and, like, war. Like, the whole game just starts out with, like, big old, like, huge war, a bunch of, like, knights on armored chocobos going at it. But then it's like, you know, I don't want to fucking spoil too much. I guess I only played the demo. But then, like, the whole summon shit, it got super anime, super, like, almost JoJo stand in, like, some parts, but also, like, Attack on Titan kaiju-esque in other ways. It was pretty cool. You know, almost seemed like each, like, you know, faction and nobility or whatever had, like, their own chosen one or whatever. Their, like, stand user that was, like, blessed by, like, the summons. It was almost like some fucking stand, fucking, like, devil fruit fucking type of shit. Like we're in a fucking museum. Move along now. Oh, this is cool seeing this room. Yeah, I know exactly where we are. Jeez. Yeah, this was so awesome for, like, the world building in the original game. I was so impressed with this. Yeah, no, they definitely did, like, a good job, like, really showing the scale of, like, Midgar and everything up till now in this game, to where this part wasn't quite as bad. But in the original game, yeah, I remember just seeing this and just being like, yeah, you know, you really get to, like, just that sense of, like, how fucking nuts Midgar is, you know, like... This game's pretty... Dude, I mean, it's definitely one of those things, man. Final Fantasy games are pretty good. I mean, any good game, you know, it's always a good feeling when you, like, something you love and then, you know, really, like, cherish, and then you, like, go that 5-10 years and it's kind of fuzzy and you get to almost, like, experience it again. You know, it's definitely something I really look for. Yeah, FF7 really, as much as, like I said, I usually like to dog on FF7, the story and world really... I was so much more impressed by it, like, playing it 30 compared to playing it when I was, like, 14. Like, just, like, how, like, artistic and different and whatever it was. And just, like, yeah, how it really, like, how it just drip feeds the story to the player. Not the story, but the world. Like, you really just get to see, like, such a small, like, it really puts the blinders up for, like, so much of it, and you get to kind of see more and more as you... Especially this, I can only imagine a little kid, like, these days, having this be their first experience of FF7, it's so crazy. You play an entire game and you're like only in Midgar. I know it kind of felt like that originally with like the original just switching the discs over and shit, but still, like that's wild. Like yeah, it was still fucking crazy inside, but like yeah, I mean, like even if it does feel like a little pad in some areas, just the fact that like you play a whole game and you don't even like see the world really, that's fucking insane. But no, for sure, dude. You take care. You know, it was nice to talk to you. Nice catching up. You know, hopefully, you know, you get a little bit of nappy poo in. Get at it later. The, you know, Diablo 4 things will be hopping for you or whatever. Won't be so spotty. You know, you take care. I'll catch you around. You know me. I'll be at it. I'm plugging away at these things. I got the light at the end of the tunnel here. Is that this and the 15 and do a little victory lap on the PlayStation Plus, and we'll be fucking doing the 16 before the end of the year. Looking forward to it. You gotta make me look at the time. What it is getting? Oh yeah, 6 a.m. Yeesh. Yeah, actually, I'm probably get up for a second, take a little bit of brain rock piss. Oh, you mentioned shooting the shit with you. Time getting away from me. Yeah, you get some good sleep, bud.
めでとうございます。これであなたも死んだ博士。それでは続きまして、死んだの英知と最新テクノロジーを結集しました61階ビジュアルフロアへとお進みください。こちらビジュアルフロアではシンナの最新テクノロジーを駆使して制作した全く新しい映像体験をお楽しみいただけます。ぜひとも全身でご堪能ください。
何にもねえな。なんだ。
かつてこの星には古代種と呼ばれる種族が住んでいました。彼らは星の開拓者と呼ばれ、我々が魔法を発見する何千年も前から地球に眠るエネルギーの存在に気がついていたと考えられています。それだけではありません。驚くべきことに彼らは魔法を独自の技術で加工し活用していました。その片鱗は一部のマテリアとして現在でも目にすることができます。こんな言葉が残されています。我ら星より生まれ、星と語り星を開く。そして約束の地へ帰る。地上の幸福、星が与えし定めの地。しかしそんな彼らも今はいません。約2000年前に星を襲った隕石により滅びてしまったのです。果たして彼らは約束の地にたどり着けたのでしょうか。それは誰にも分かりません。月日は流れ、死んだカンパニーがまるで古代種の歩みをなぞるかのように魔法をエネルギーとして活用する方法を編み出しました。穏やかな気候、豊かな自然、そしてあふれんばかりの魔法エネルギー。そんな土地がこの広い星のどこかで我々が来るのを待っています。死んだカンパニーは古代種が夢見た約束の地を一日も早く皆様にお見せするべく、これからも日夜努力を続けてまいります。
終わりか。
そんな。
どうしてだろうね。わしとしたことがラードを切らすなんて。脂肪の入っていない紅茶なんてただの苦いお湯だよね。ひょー。どういうこと？
師匠まだ頭がクラクラすんで、とんでもねえ映像流しやがって。子供が見たら泣いちまうだろ。
ただの映像じゃない。
あの隕石なんだろう。
だからそういう映像だろ。
おめでとうございます。これであなたも死んだマスター、死んだの素晴らしさを広める伝道師としてご活躍いただけます。それでは続きまして、死んだカンパニーが誇ります知識の中枢62階ライブラリフロアにお進みに。
なんだ。
お待ちしておりましたアバランチの皆様。私ハットと申します。ドミノ市長の使いでお迎えに参りました。
市長っていうのはあの神羅の言いなりドミノのことか。
はい、世界一の魔法都市ミッドガルの市長であられるドミノ様のことです。ビジュアルフロアにて異常なシステムエラーを感知しましたので、アバランチの皆様がお困りになっているのではないかと。
市長が俺たちに何の用だ。
それは直接お聞きください。
ついてこいってことか。なんだここ。こんなとこに本当に市長がいるのかよ。
こちらです。
罠だったらただじゃおかねえからな。
市長がお待ちです。
なんだこりゃ。
おお、やっと来たか。遅かったの。わしがこの魔法都市ミッドガルの市長ドミノである。随分と暴れてきたようだな。誰が尻拭いをしてやったと思っとる。
どういうことだ。
どうもこうもないわい。お前らが警備に見つかるたびに、カメラに映るたびに、通報されるたびにもみ消してやったんだ。感謝せえ。なんだ、分派の連中は知らんのか。わしがアバランチと組んでおることを。
何？
驚くほどのことではあるまい。このフロアを見てみ。
市長とは名ばかりの実態はこの通り。資料室の一角に閉じ込められたただの老いぼれだ。この冷遇に怒りを覚えるのは至極当然なことと思うがの。
はだったら話は早え。
私たちを研究施設に入れて。
研究施設？なんだ、目的はプレジデントじゃないのか。
囚われた仲間を救出したい。
もちろんプレジデントの野郎もとっちめるけどよ。
ねえ、神羅を引っかき回してくれるなら何でもええわい。
じゃあ
64階までは何とかしてやる。
なんだよ、ケチくせえこと言うなよ。
わしができるのはそこまでだ。
市長なのにか。
市長なのにだ。ミッドガルの市長であるにもかかわらず、わしの仕事といえば資料の管理。重役会議にも呼ばれとらんわ。市長が毎日資料の整理。紙をめくりすぎて指は切り傷だらけじゃわい。この痛み、あの男は知るまい。悔しい、悔しい。
わかった。あんたの恨みは俺たちが晴らしてやるから。な、落ち着け。深呼吸だ、深呼吸。
カードキーをよこせ。俺、これで63階のリフレッシュフロアまで行けるぞ。
そっからはどうすんだよ。
63階に協力者がおる。そいつから64階のカードキーを受け取れ。合言葉は市長最高だ。ミッドガルの市長は最高。誰が何と言おうと最高。お前が市長と言って最高と答えた者が協力者だ。わかったか。
まさか市長が内通者だったなんて。
本家の野郎、そういうことは教えとけよな。
足の地の情報をくれ。せっつかれる私の立場を察してくれないか。あの強欲どもをさっさと黙らせて偉大な研究に没頭したいんだ。エアリス、お前とな。母親に似てきたな。惜しいことをしたよ。何も逃げ出さなくても言ってくれさえすれば対応したろうに。本当に残念だ。最後の純血種だったのに。そうだ、母親に会いたくはないか。と言っても顕微鏡越しだがね。大切な個体を回収していないわけがないだろう。隅々まで調べさせてもらったよ。毛髪、皮膚から内臓、骨の一辺に至るまで。やはりこの石は素晴らしい。誇りたまえ。イファルナは細胞まで美しかったよ。その表情懐かしいや。おっと、そろそろ会議の時間だ。それじゃあまた後で。
63階に到着。死んだ社員の憩いの場所へようこそ。
こんな時間だけど7番街の対応で残ってる人も多そう。
自業自得じゃねえか。
気を抜くな。協力者を探すぞ。
おうよ、社員の働きぶりの見物と行こうじゃねえか。
忙しそうだね。
非常事態だからな。
調査を開始しています。軍人の影響範囲ってどう
なんだか少しだけホッとする。問い合わせが殺到していると報告が。オペレーター AI で対応させて。
協力者を探そう。
警備もいねえみたいだし、一息つけそうだな。ドイツだ。協力者は
それっぽい人に話しかけてみるしかないね。
合言葉は市長。
最高だね。
いや、当分帰れそうにない。市長、静かに電話中だ。
今回はスタジオに死んだカンパニー治安維持部門統括のハイデンカーさんにお越しいただいております。
今回の非道非烈極まりない事件に我々は強い憤りを覚えておる。シンラカンパニーはこのような犯罪行為には決して屈しない。必ずや死亡者たちをひっ捕らえ縛り首にすると市民の皆様にお約束しよう。はい、聞いているか、卑怯者のアバラッチども。いいか、逃げても無駄だからな。
他のプレートは大丈夫だよな。
ウータイが攻めてくるっていうのは本当なのか。
お疲れさん。今日は何にする？
市長、
シチュー？あいにくシチューはないよ。
犯人逮捕はまだか。
あれはなんだ。
シミュレーターだ。仮想空間で戦闘訓練ができる。
そんなんで本当に強くなるのかよ。
なんだあんたら、何か用か。
市長、
最高。話は聞いている。上へ行きたいんだろ。
おうよ。
カードキーを渡す前に力を試させた。
は？
あんたらが捕まったら俺たちだってただじゃ済まないんだ。当然だろう。これに挑戦してもらう。言っておくが簡単じゃないぞ。クリアできたらカードキーを渡そう。どうする？諦めるか？あんたらなら大丈夫だな。これで64階のミーティングフロアへ行ける。エレベーターも使えるぞ。あんたら一体何しようってんだ？
仲間を助けに来た。神羅の研究施設に捕まってる。
おお、北条博士のところか。そりゃあ大変だ。あそこは関係者以外立ち入り禁止だぞ。
方法は考える。北条はどこだ？
そろそろ重役会議の時間だ。大会議室にプレジデントや北条、他の統括たちも勢ぞろいするはず。
そんじゃ乗り組むが、プレジデントを人質に取っちまえばこっちのもんだろ。
そりゃ現行犯で即拘束だな。
敵の状況を知りたい。
敵情視察か。まず男性用トイレに向かうといい。そこからダクトを通れば会議室を覗くことができる。
分かった。
クラウドさん、お待ちしてました。お忘れですか？僕はシンラカンパニー科学部門の研修生です。クラウドさんの状況は幹部限定のネットワークに侵入して把握しています。可能な限りサポートしますね。信頼度の上昇を検知。怪しまれないよう手短に行きましょう。 ラウドさん、新たな仮説を思いつきました。こちらのデータ提出のご協力をお願いしますね。
こんな時でもシミュレーターで訓練ですか？
クラウド、 クラウド！大丈夫、同期のクラウドだよ。よかった、生きてたんだな。心配してたんだ、死んだって噂があったから。ちょっと待ってろ、カンセルたちも呼んでくる。ここにいろよ。
知り合いが？
大丈夫？
ああ、
だって今
問題ない。先を急ごう。
戦争が終わって平和になったと思ったのに。大丈夫だよな。
ウータイが攻めてくるっていうのは本当なのか？
このビルにいれば安心よね。
救助活動は進んでるのか？
私たちにできることってないのかな。
いらっしゃいませ。何にしますか？
戦争が終わって平和になったと思ったのに。
このビルにいれば安心よね。
救助活動は進んでるのか？
情報統制はどうなってる？抜かりなく、すでにウータイと共謀したアバランチによる犯行であるというのが定説になりつつあります。ウータイの動向は？今のところは何も。動いてくれればいいもの。臆病者どもが。それならそれでいい。
一つ気になる報告だ。なんだ？パルマーからなのですが。
放っておこう。
分かってるよ。エアリスの救出が最優先だろ。
ああ、失敗はできない。北条は重役会議に出席するはずだ。まずはチャンスを見極める。
北条博士のあの中に？
そのはずだ。
何かご用ですか？どうする？
敵情視察。そのための監視ポイントを探す。
なーにカッコつけてる。トイレの中からダクトに入るって話だろ。トイレはどこですかって聞きゃいいじゃねえか。
必要ない。自分で探すさ。
何か用か？
じゃあ待ってるね。
あ、目立つだろ。
ティファ、中の方が安全だ。
それはそうだけど、まあそうだね。よかった。誰もいない。
スラムのトイレを見せてやりてえぜ。
ダクトを探そう。
これか。
俺は
見張りを頼む。
だよな。
私は行ってもいい？あんまりここに残りたくないから。
わかった。俺が先に行こう。
きっと無事だって。
でもうち7番街のすぐそばだし、電話も繋がらないし。
通信障害も起きてるって話だから、そのせいだよ。
本当？
多分。重役会の結果次第では、プレートの再建と町の復興を並行して進めることになる。どちらも我々都市開発部門が受け持つことになるだろう。そこでリーブ統括の指示により、3年5年10年とチームごとに段階的な計画書を作成することになった。また忙しくなると思うが、早急に進めてほしい。何か質問がある者は？なければ統括が戻るまで待機だ。
わし見たんだ。廊下を歩いているのをしっかりとこの目で。
不確かな情報をばらまくな。
いやこう目の前を通っていって、びっくりしすぎてちょっと痩せたんだから。
侵入者に関してはうちで対処している。
でもプレジデント、わし本当に。
リーブ。
はい、7番街の被害報告が出ました。倒壊した家屋の数が。
暗いニュースは結構。他にないのか。
では7番プレートの再建計画について。
再建はしない。古代種の協力が得られることになったからな。
いえ、だからといって再建しないわけには。
ネオミッドガルよ。
約束の地に新たな魔法都市を建設する。
ちょっと待ってください。我々はまだ約束の地の正体すら。
北条博士、
検査結果は予想通りだ。純血種だった母親より数値は下がるが、古代種と呼んでも差し支えないだろう。
約束の地はいつ頃わかる？
その件で提案がある。自発的な協力を強制的に引き出す方法を試してみないか。大事な古代種だ。壊さないように最大限の注意を払う。
拷問なら私に任せて。
戦場仕込みでよければ俺も手伝おう。
肉体よりも精神的に痛めつけるやり方が私は好きでね。うひょ
方法は任せる。ただし母親の二の舞は許さんぞ。
ああ、 それに関連して考えていることがある。つまり古代種の繁殖だ。古代種の男が見つかればいいが、望みは薄いだろう。ソルジャーあたりから始めようかと。もちろん S 式 G 式も試そうと思う。加えて目下私の興味は一種後輩にあってね。どうだろう、気になるだろう。
他になければ
プレジデント、
解散とする。
待ってください。
匂うな。
どんな感じだ？
白衣の男を追う。そいつが科学部門統括の北条だ。
よっしゃ、うまくいったな。
まずエアリスの居場所だ。案内させよう。
本当に来ているのか。面白い。だったら掛け合わせてみるか。どんな子供になるか。違う。まず博士ないと。薬を使うか。壊れなければいいが。
行くぞ。
おう。
Suppose I should call it here for a little bit. It's about that time. Maybe be back in a couple hours or so. I'm almost feeling close to twist the knife. I don't know if it's going to be like 20 chapters or what. It seems like a clean number. Ended on. Oh, man. I'm out.